I don't know how long this took. All right. What's going on? Big Bad Bo. What's going on, my friend? How y'all doing? Hey, Vote. How you doing? Sorry it took me so long. I'm trying to get things together here. Um, I wanted to pass some information. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try to put the information. I got the information in the description box. Hey, my Renaissance grandma. How you doing? Let me get this information here for you here. If I can. There I go.
All right, so listen up.
Hey, Patient Saint. Hey, Chef Handy Ma'am. How you doing? Hey, Talia. Let's see who we got. Karen Moore. How you doing? Brenda Red Carpet. Rooted in Love. Trey. How you doing? Gigi Preps. How y'all doing tonight? Von Will. Bang. How you doing? How you doing? Sauceless. Guava, everybody. Okay, I want to share this with you. I'm gonna put this in the chat right now. And what that is right there should pop up any second now. Why can't I put that in? I don't know why it's not. All right. Down in the description box is I got the links to all of the radios that I own. Tonight I want to talk about what if. The first what if, before we even get going good, I want to start out. Number one, hello everybody, welcome in, come on in. I don't plan on being here very long unless you change that. Okay. The first what if of the night. What if you are at work, your wife is at work, or your husband is at work, your baby girl is in daycare, and your son is at school? What are you going to do if the lights go out? What is your plan? What would be your plan for that? How you doing, Squash? Patient Saint, the question that keeps on asking questions. That's why I keep asking it. I keep asking that question because that question gives me nightmares. It always has. I'm asking, you know, I can go on and talk about it, but I would like to know what you would do. Anybody in the chat, you can chime in. I would love to know what you would do. And nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfect, but we can try. Right? How y'all doing? Hey, Ant for Barbecue, what's going on, man? No answers to that question. Jamie says, I've told my oldest son in college to go towards the woods. Okay. That's the first answer I've heard so far. That's a scary question, ain't it? Get your bicycles out and do what? Let's be a little bit more descriptive. Let's see. Universal says everyone will be affected, even those caring for their children. They have family too. Will they keep your children safe until you show up and get them? You know, I always said that in videos in the past. When everybody, you got to remember something. When everybody, if the lights go out, everybody's going to be calling the police. Everybody's going to be calling the fire department. The fire department and the police got families too. And if the lights go out and things get that chaotic, do you think they're going to stand around and do their job? Or do you think that, listen to the words I just said, do you think they're going to stand around and do their job? Hey, Bayou Sugar. Or do you think they're going to go home and try to save their families too? Okay. Chef Handyman says, my daughter and I have a meeting spot. Good. Good. Okay. Patient Saint says, get the little kids from elementary. How? I get my oldest from high school and get home. How? Activate your communications plan that you as family have put together. If you do not have a family plan right now, we need to talk about that right now, everybody. Stay in the house and don't open the door. The question was, what if you are at work, your husband or your wife is at work, your baby is at daycare, and your son is at school? What are you going to do? I know that's not your answer. You must didn't hear the question. So that's why I wanted to repeat that question to you. Okay. I don't want you to be like, forget them kids, close the door. Okay. Karen Moore says you need a schedule of meeting spots with times because your first choice might not be safe. Okay. Good one. My Renaissance grandma says, I always said their families will most likely come before the public. Absolutely. We've seen it. We've seen it. We've seen it. I'm not saying that, you know, some people call those professionals cowards. I don't call them cowards. I understand they have a job to do, but here's the problem with having a job to do. When you're doing a job for a crooked government, or you're doing a job for a crooked service, you're already crooked. So, you know, you going to save your own family, you know. Yeah, they are not cowards. They're not cowards. Okay. The way the industry has done everything now, if you left and to save your own family, you got to look at it like this. A lot of these companies and industries, they do not care about you, whether you live or die, on a normal day, on a good day. So they want you to stand by, like when I was in the medical professional, they want you to stay in the hospitals and help out and all of this. That's a tough call, man. Let's see. Let me go back. Okay. So my oldest son has 1 liter safety bucket. My husband got laid off, so we'll be together. Okay. Okay. Maria Shante. So we have walkie-talkies, 4 backpack, walkie-talkie, 4-pack with good distance, which for now, I hope is enough. That's a good thing that you bringing up, because I want to touch on that for a second, okay? Walkie talkies. When you got the two-way radios, okay, and it says it gets a, sometime they say 20 to 30 mile range. How many people got two-way radios and it says it got like 20 to 30, 35-mile range on it? How many people? Raise your hand for me. Because I want to dispel something that I'm sure everybody already knows. If you have two-way radios, regular two-way radios like you can get from Walmart or something like that, and it says you got 20 to 35 mile range, it says long distance on it, right? All the packages say long distance, 35 miles or what has you. I want you to know something. It is not necessarily a lie, but what they're gauging that on is the most perfect conditions that you could possibly imagine. I'm talking about no hills, no valleys, no trees, not in the city, clear, sunny, blue sky, nice weather, straight shot from one radio to another, not going around corners. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you have a regular two-way radio, I don't care how long of a distance it says it's going to give you. If you go around the corner, it's going to stop. If you go in your neighborhood and you're in the city, it's going to stop. It's going to start cutting out. It's just entirely too much stuff in the city. All right. So don't depend or rely on that. Number two, I'm going to throw this out there. If you have two-way radios, regular two-way radios where anybody can chime in and hear, be careful with that. If you're talking about your child, you're going to pick up your daughter and you're talking to your husband, I'm going to pick up the baby at daycare on or such and such daycare, Sweet Smiles, we'll call it, daycare center. Somebody is listening to you. Your husband is not the only one that's on that channel. In a bad situation. Now, we've had a lot of bad situations. Nothing apocalyptic, thank God, so far. But we've had a lot of horrible weather situations, right? If you've had two-way radios during any of these hurricanes, storms, tornadoes, everything that we have, you can't make anything out on your two-way radio because there's hundreds of people on every channel. So you're not going to be the only one. What is it? Something like 40 channels or something like that, or maybe even more on a two-way radio. You're not going to be the only people listening and communicating on those channels. So if your family does not have code words, you need to put that into play immediately. Everybody. Like when you get on that radio, you need to be talking gibberish that only your family understand. Like I'm going to pick up the fish from the Burger Mart. They don't know what that means. And you go get some tacos with sauce. They don't know what that means. That might be like, I'm going to get the baby. You go get the boy. Meet me back at the pizza joint. Meet me back at our bug out location. Or meet me at the mall. Meet me back at the house. I mean, we gotta, I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy. Right. Exactly. Said said me and my baby was you and your baby talking about getting some walkie-talkies when there was an incident at her your baby, okay, at her school, and I couldn't contact her. I think it was before they had cell phones. And you know something? That's true. My son had a radio on him because they couldn't have cell phones. They didn't say nothing about radios. Let me see. I keep skipping that one. That's right, Karen Moore. Code words are important. You will draw the wrong people. Absolutely. Okay. My Renaissance grandma said it's a tall tale. It doesn't range that far. Absolutely. I'm sorry. That threw me off. Told you we've been hearing so much negative stuff. Now to hear somebody say they baby, I was like, huh? I'm sorry about that. Okay. Now, in the description box below this video, I put up 3 links. I put up links to my CB radio that I have. CB radios are good when you're on the road. Now, I got something. It's out in my car. I couldn't bring it in, okay, because it's about to rain. But listen, if you get a CB radio, I put my favorite CB radio in the link because it's handheld like a walkie-talkie. It either take 9 batteries, AA batteries, or you can plug it in DC into the cigarette lighter of your car or your power station. It also comes with an external antenna that you can add on, put it on top of your vehicle, or you can just use the regular antenna that goes so you can walk with it. Now, here's the thing about a handheld. You're not going to really be able to pick up a lot. The antenna is not powerful. It's short. But I tell you what, that thing has saved my tailbone so many times. I got a normal CB in my truck, and it's so bulky and it take up so much space. It's always good to have that handheld with me all the time because, look, I pull that from under the seat, plug it in, and just connect the antenna I already got on top of my truck into the handheld. It do the exact same thing. Okay. Now, I want to tell you about, okay, if you don't, let me get the other ones here. Show you that a little better. I do it. Of course I did. Of course I did. All right. Everybody got these, right? The Bofang handheld ham radios.
Channel mode. Channel mode.
Okay. These, I don't think they come. I think I bought this separately, but I bought this separately because when I'm going through the woods and I got this clip down here, I don't want to keep grabbing it, picking it up. So that was this, okay? So I could use this and have this clip to my shirt. You don't need that, all right? So let me see.
Channel mode.
Hear that? It's really bad. Let me turn it down a little bit. Golly. Freaker. Okay. Now, these get a higher range, a longer range, even inside the city. So I wanted to, what are the radios you need a license? Yes, there are ham radios. You need a license to use the ham radio on here. You need a license, okay? Now, the thing that's cool is you can also use it as a two-way radio, and it just happens to be way more powerful than anything you can use, buy out of Walmart or Amazon. So if you don't have a ham license, you can use that as a two-way and actually get that good distance on there. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Will CB work on cars that have windshield antenna built in? Yes, because a CB radio has its own antenna that you put on top of the car. Okay. Either you can put the magnetized one on top of the car or clip it to the luggage rack, or you can buy like one of those Dukes of Hazzard antennas, you know, that go up about 20 feet. You can do that if you want to and clamp it on your bumper or something like the old days. Okay, so that's one. I gave you the CB radio. I gave you the handheld Bofang. All of this stuff I'm showing you is in the link below. The Bofang handheld ham radios. Okay, those are dope. And that's what we were using before we got the POClink cellular. These are like satellite phones. They take most cellular antennas. So when Verizon was out, we still use these. When our cell phones were out, we had to dig these out and use these because they ping off of every cellular tower. So that way, if one company goes down, unless they all go down, then you're screwed. But if they don't, you got this. Now, here's the thing about these. You can use these all the way around the world. Okay. These let me get that closer. I hate this. Let me change this because I can't stand that. There we go. There we go. Okay. So you can use these all the way around the world. All right. Here's the thing about them, though. There is an annual fee for these. I'm showing you one right now. $338.39. Okay. So you can use this all the way around the world. If somebody in another country, you can still use these. The thing is, they have I need you to understand, every last one of these, I don't care what brand it is. I don't care what brand it is. You're going to look online, and I think a set of these is like $100 and something, $200, something like that. But there is an annual fee. So please don't think that you're going to buy a satellite phone and not have to pay an annual fee. Please don't think that, because nobody's going to tell you. So I'm telling you right now, okay? There is an annual fee when you purchase things like cellular long-range radios to go around the world and satellite phones. That's not free. So when you get a good deal and it only costs you $200, $300, there's still an annual fee. Please remember that, okay? Yeah, like Nextel, absolutely. So this is what my family uses now, okay? My Bofang, I keep these in all the vehicles. All my kids got one. They're on Freedom Makers. Both of these, all of this stuff is on Freedom Makers, just in case. Okay. What is this? What is that? Storms Radio say people buy these radios, etc., and suddenly they pro. What do you mean by that, Stormy Radio? I don't understand what you mean. Suddenly they're pro. Let's see. Let me see. Here we go. So is the annual fee per phone for that device? Yes, it's per phone, but it's not bad. Okay, I'm broke and I'll pay for it, but it's worth it. So yes. Say great information. I don't think about others being on the same wave line. Okay, I'm not quite sure. I just wanted to make sure that people knew that, because there is a fee you pay just like a cell phone, but it's an annual fee that you pay per phone. That was a good question. It says per phone, yes, but it's worth it. And you want to know something else too? Sometime I'll be asking myself, man, why am I doing this? But you got to be look around us, man. Look around us. Is this normal to you? It ain't normal to me. So I would rather just go ahead and pay for it. Okay. So I wanted to ask you guys a question. Did anybody have any questions before I go on? Because I want to start a conversation. I want to ask a question. Any questions? Any other questions? What's the range on the first one, Led? It all depends on where you are. If you're in a city with high towers, even with the both thing, even with this, if you're in a city with a lot of people, high bunch of wires, underground wires, and tall buildings, all that, you're not. It's not magic. No questions? All right. I told you this is going to be a quick live unless you make it longer than what it need to be. I have one question for you. I asked my wife out of the blue today. I was cleaning my garage and I came in and I just asked her a question. I just wanted to see what she would say. So now I'm going to ask y'all. If the lights went out and the spit hit the fan, where do you think you would be safest at? In the heart of the city or in the rural country? I'm asking. I'm not going to tell you what I think. I'm just asking. If the spit hit the fan, where do you think you and your family would be safer? In the city or in the country? Asking a question. Okay. Dang, keep on missing. Okay. All right. Country. 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 Big Bad Bo. All right. Deep country. All right. Big Bad Bo. Everybody is saying the country. The country. Okay. Big Bad Bo. I got a question for you. What do you mean by anywhere you can defend, in my opinion? What do you mean by anywhere you can defend? Okay. Big Bad Bo is right. I'm waiting to hear how. How is he right? And I'm waiting for Big Bad Bo to explain this. Explain. I'm just listening. I'm trying not to talk so much so y'all can talk, but ain't nothing happening. Give me a reason. Okay. Big Bad Bo says country or city won't matter if someone takes your supply. Okay. I'm trying something new today. Instead of me running my mouth, I want to hear from the people. Okay. If you're in the city, you know it better than countryside. However, if you get a good area, then you can be a country folk. If the city is locked down, it'll be hard to get out. Okay. I just wanted to hear y'all take. I'm not even going to really dive in with my opinion. I'm just trying to get your side of it. So we do have some people that say in the city. Okay. Shaggy 357 says way too many people in the bigger cities. I'm trying to let y'all talk without me going in. I want to go in so bad. So bad. But I'm asking the question and I want to hear y'all side of it. If you're just coming in, the question is, where would you be more safe? In the city limits or in the country? In the heart of the city or the rural country? Which would you be safer in? It says too congested in the cities. Okay. Okay. So the country is where my primary compound is set up. All right. All right. Prepper Wilson says, was told it is better not to be in the city when war breaks out. Okay. Says this house doesn't have but 3 small windows in the front, The side door has a fire gate that swings closed. Those are main points of entry. And those are the only exits that you have as well. I ain't gonna do that. Not yet. Not yet. I'm trying to let y'all have the floor. Amen to that. In the country, nobody calls 911. Let's see. Say, I saw the movie Leave the World Behind. I don't want to be in that mess if it hits the fan. It's a rural country. I live rural and know how to protect it. Country, but know how to navigate the city. Anywhere that you are, be prepared to be okay. Might have to live in the city for a time, then transition to the country. True. True. Jamie says, those aren't your only exits. Okay. Say, I was trapped in New Jersey on 9/11, being in the city. Country is better, just on location alone. As deep into the country as possible. So many will try to leave the city. Cities and roads will get bad fast. Katina Brooks, sister, I'm trying to give the people the floor. I'm trying. I want to go in so bad with my opinion, but I want to let me be quiet for a minute. Today, if you've noticed, been a real quiet, peaceful day for me on both channels. I'm trying to give the people I'm trying to give them the floor for a minute, you know. Let's see. There's an exit under the house. I don't like it, but we'll take it. Okay. Okay. So we know you want to say your thoughts. I do bad, but I want to hear from the people first. So where your supplies are. Okay, it says pros and cons either. What does that mean? If it's a long grid down situation and you are ill prepared, the country is your best bet. Resources are limited in the city. It's difficult to grow food in an apartment. Patience Saint said, tell us what you think, Led. Brother, I'm trying so hard to let the people, I don't want to sound like Mr. Know-It-All or nothing. I just want to, I want to hear from the people. Okay. I will in a minute. Give me a minute. Let me just see if anybody else got something else to say. Bang says, this is a good question because if you don't have any survival skills or anything to set up terms or shelter, etc., you will put yourself and the family in danger. You will put your family in danger in the city too without all that. Bang. If you don't have any survival skills inside the city, you'll perish faster. As it don't seem like it, do it? Because this is the part. Okay, I'm going in. The city is an absolute no. The city is an absolute hell no. No matter what, the city is a no. I'm going to tell you why. The city is a no for me because the city is already violent. Before anything happened, the city is already violent. Before anything even happened, the city still does not have enough resources for everybody. Before anything happens, before the spit hit the fan, we're talking about everyday living. Before anything happens, you already can't afford fuel. You can't afford food. You can't afford shelter. In the city, before anything happens, like now, the same people that we pay tax dollars to protect us delete us. Right now, when nothing is wrong, well, I ain't gonna say nothing's wrong, but you understand, before any of this mess, the same people that we pay to protect us are the ones that's taking us out. The same people that we pay to protect us are the same ones that unfairly imprison us. Those people don't care about you either. The same people that make the laws and the rules, they don't care either. So what I'm trying to say is, there is no piping hot way. Even if I didn't have land, there is no way I would stay in the city if the spit hit the fan. You think because you're going to have more food, more medication. Think about this now. In the city, there's food, medication, all kind of supplies. You can get fuel some kind of way. It's all kind of stuff in the city. But here's the problem that you're going to have where you ain't going to make it. Because all they got to do is unleash the rule of law and let everybody do whatever they want to do. Ain't going to make it, man. Ain't going to make it. People going to start living out their best fantasies, their craziest fantasies. And the things that you have in the city, people are going to take them. Do you think your neighbors are prepping like you are? Come on, I'm asking. Do you truly think all of the neighbors in your neighborhood are stocking up food, stocking up water, stocking up supplies for a rainy day? Do you really think that your neighbors are doing that? Or do you think that you're the only one probably in a damn 10-mile radius that's doing that? Let's be honest. I want you to think critically right now, because this is not a game. This is serious. When you talk to any of your friends and family, or you talk to any of your neighbors when they ask, what are you doing? And you tell them, I'm stocking beans, I'm stocking rice, I'm storing water, I'm pressure canning food. They're looking at you like, oh, that's cute. So exactly how do you do that? None of them are growing gardens, vegetable gardens, fruit gardens, none of them. None. You know, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I live in a really big subdivision. This is a pretty big subdivision here. It's old. I've been down every street in this subdivision. I have only seen 2 people out of this entire whole subdivision with fruit, any edibles growing. One person got about 5 persimmon trees on the side of their house. Another person has a blueberry bush on one side of their house and a Pakistan mulberry tree on the other side. That is it. And I just say this is a 5-mile radius. In a 5-mile radius. Can you believe that? So when my neighbors see me with my fruit trees and they see the bees and they see the chickens, I'm the lunatic. So they always stop and say, oh, are those beehives? Oh, are those chickens? So what are you doing back there? What do you do? How do you? I get that all the time. Well, before I stop talking to everybody, I get it all the time. You know what that tells me? Y'all ain't doing anything. Now let's talk about something else. I'm over here, solar panels, chilling. My lights is on. Everybody's is out. They smell barbecue Peking duck smoke coming through their window. I'm drinking good water. I got so much water, I'm brushing my teeth with it. My neighbors are going to be like, so you just going to eat that and not offer nobody any? You want to hear something else that's actually a true fact? Did you know? I don't know how to put this, but did you know a lot of people don't have deep freezers full of food? I got 3 deep freezers. Did you know how many people in here got a deep freezer full of meat and vegetables and food? How many people? Raise your hand if you have a deep freezer full of food or meat or vegetables, whatever is in your deep freezer. It's stocked with food though. Raise your hand if you have a deep freezer. I don't care how big it is. And I'm not talking about that little thing sitting on top of your refrigerator either. I ain't talking about the one connected to your refrigerator. I'm talking about a deep freezer where it's in a whole nother part of the house probably. Okay. You want to hear something crazy? I personally know a lot of people with no deep freezer. Can you believe that? I ain't talking about people I've heard. I'm talking about personally now. I personally know people that do not own a deep freezer, and they solely rely on the freezer that's connected to their refrigerator. Insane. So, if you have a deep freezer full of food, your neighbor don't, the food that they got in their refrigerator, if you open your refrigerator, a lot of people, when you look in your refrigerator, you see, let's be honest, a third of the content of your refrigerator is condiments. Those people don't care about stocking or saving food. They got a bunch of bottles of ketchup, mustard, tartar sauce, salad dressing, vinaigrette. They got a bunch of old leftover food from eating out wrapped up in aluminum foil. It's a whole bunch of aluminum foil dookie balls inside your refrigerator going bad. It's a bunch of old Rubbermaid Tupperware buckets full of stuff that you forgot because you brought something home from a wedding. You brought something home from a backyard barbecue. It's a bunch of paper plates with aluminum foil over it inside of your refrigerator. And then that's 1/3 of it. Another third of it is condiments. And then another third of it ain't nothing but liquids just probably done went bad. Old milk, jug of cold water, some orange juice, some Tropicana, some High C, some what's the Hawaiian Punch, bunch of bullshit in there. I want y'all all to go look in your refrigerator right now and tell me I'm lying, because I know it's only me and my wife here, so I don't rely on my refrigerator. Okay, that's right. Scared to open that aluminum bowl. So you tell me, am I wrong? So my point of saying all of this is this: your neighbors ain't got no food, you do. And it's only going to be that food that they have in that refrigerator is only going to last them so long before they start looking over the fence at you like they're going to start conversation. Trust me on this, because it happens every time the lights go out. They look over at you. Hey, how you doing, lad? Is y'all lights out over there? And I look and say, yep, our lights is out. Our lights is out. Yeah, our lights have been out for a week. We kind of ate all the food up before it went bad. Say, buddy, pal, you wouldn't happen to have like some bread or something, would you? Oh, no, I was going to ask you. Man, we starving over here. And then I'll burp or something. My point is this: being in the city, people ain't stupid. See, myself, I mind my own business. I don't care what these people do. It's none of my business. I mind my own business in this neighborhood. Unfortunately, I may be the only one that does, because all of them watch me, and I know they do. Because I stand out like a sore thumb. Big black man, and I don't cut my grass every other day. Fruit trees everywhere, bees everywhere, chickens laying eggs and bucking in the backyard. None of that make no sense in a neighborhood like this. Right? Boo baby, I don't need to leave. I don't need to move. I already got land. I have somewhere else to go. See, this is the financial move right here, but we got somewhere to go. I'm asking everybody about the realization of staying in the city when that's going to be ground zero. Listen to me close. Every scientist, every doctor has already written books, done the math, done the science on letting you know, hey, look, the Bible, okay? The Bible. So the doctors, the scientists, the analysts, the census, and the Bible all tell you, leave the cities. There's a reason There is a reason. Okay, let's break it down one more time. Do you live in a nice neighborhood, and or do you live in a like lightweight sketchy neighborhood, somebody breaking your car every blue moon? You live in a half decent neighborhood or no? I'm asking. I need to know this. Do you gotta lock your doors at night? You gotta lock your house doors. Do you have to lock your car doors? Middle class. Okay. Thank you, Natasha, for being honest. She says hood. I'm so hood. Okay. Okay. So I live in a decent neighborhood. Okay, me too. Say yes every night. Okay. Okay, everybody's saying yes. Middle class, yes. Okay, okay. Decent neighborhoods. Okay, okay. Now, you lock your doors for a reason. But Talisha Moore, that's where I'm going. You lock your doors no matter where you are. But this is where I'm going with that. You lock your doors no matter what. It's instinct now, right? You've been locking your doors since you grew up. But listen to this. It's instinct to lock your doors. But have you ever been on your way to work and thought about, did you leave your doors unlocked to your house? Or is your door wide open in your front door? And you rather be late and get in trouble at work because you got to turn all the way back around and lock your door? Do you speed back home to go lock your door because you know good and well Reggie and them cross the street? Okay. So yes, everybody locks their doors, but I'm talking about the urgency of locking your door. Have you ever been asleep and wake up in the middle of the night like this? Damn, forgot to lock my car door. Let me go down here and lock my door. Put your house coat on, put your clothes kind of back on, bundle up real quick, put your shoes back on, and go outside. Not choop choop. Go out there. Choop choop, and wiggle your handles of your car. Make sure all your doors is locked. See, I'm trying to make a point because everybody locks their doors. It's a difference though when you lay down and go to sleep and say, "Damn, I don't think I locked my car doors," and then just go back to sleep. If you say, "I don't think I locked my car door," I get it in the morning, then you in a half decent neighborhood. But if you get your butt up and go out there and hit them locks, chip 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 chip, you got a problem. Because you heard that your neighbor down the street got their car broke into. You heard your neighbor a block or two away. Some weirdos keep walking by. So, okay, I like this one. Wait a minute. Wait, let me find it. Where did it go? Okay, there we go. Say, yes, I was a locksmith for 20 years in the Bay Area. So I know, yes, lock them doors. Car door occasionally left open. I'm not going to go check though. I can hear the chirp. Okay. Say, Lead, my garage door is in and out, but I'm sitting in the driveway making sure it's down. But there you go. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Talisa. Thank you. I don't think nobody, whether you park your car in a garage or not, you ain't sitting, because I watch people all around me with they car garage remote, stand there looking at the door till they hit the ground like this. Soon as they hit the ground, they stand, look a little longer, then they pull off and leave. That means you got a situation. So my point of saying all this is, me, I can't tell you what to do. Get out of the city. And if you think you need to be Bear Grylls living off in the rural countryside to survive, that's just TV, man. That's just TV. You got criminals here in the city that cannot wait till the lights go out. I've been saying this for years. There are people here that cannot wait till the lights go off. There are people in the city that cannot wait until the spit hit the fan. Better believe that. And there's thousands of them. Thousands. So everybody was wondering why I plant my trees on Freedom Acres and I plant my trees here. I plant the same trees here, on Freedom Acres, as I plant here. Because when I gotta go, I'm leaving this behind. I'm gonna have to leave. And I don't want nothing to be like, hey, we can't leave without this, can't leave without that. All my supplies. Let me be quiet. I'm not gonna get caught lacking in the city. You know, you walk downtown, you already feel unsafe. Let's keep it real. You walk downtown or you walk on the sketchy side of the city or the sketchy side of your town, you already feel funny, right? You already don't want to be on that side of town. Let's do this. Let's do this. How many people have a rough side of your city, rough side of town? How many people? Every city, everywhere got a rough patch in your city. I don't care how nice your city is. I don't care how famous your city is, how popular. For instance, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, one of the top vacation destinations in the country. I live here, okay? So on the beachfront and the boardwalk, it's all beautiful and carnival rides and cotton candy and funnel cakes and clowns and shit, right? As soon as you go behind Atlantic Boulevard, the real world is behind that. You go one street, 2 streets over, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Everybody want to go to Myrtle Beach. Everybody want to go to Bikers Week, Bike Weekend. Everybody want to. That's the show off part. The real part is on the next street behind you. Has anybody ever been to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina? Anybody? And stayed about a week? Anybody? Because it take about a week before you start to say, "Ooh, let's go see what else the city got." Anybody else been to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina? Anybody? Anybody? Nah? Okay. Okay. S. Green says yes. Okay. All right. Talia says yes. Okay. Outside says yes. Okay. Daily says yes. Let me tell y'all something about. Listen, I ain't blowing my I ain't tearing my city down. I'm being honest. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Have you ever been on them back streets where the real people live? I ain't talking about in them high rise apartments. Ooh, outside says drugs are getting bad. Last time I was there, let me tell you something. My nephew lived there, and I live right by it. I'm here, right. So we always go. But let me tell you, you said something, and that's how I know you know. The drugs are so bad. The drug heads and the dope heads is so bad. It's gross. It's like you don't even want to, you can't believe that you're having the time of your life. You're in the ocean, you swimming, and you got your little blow up tube, and your kids is out right back there. Every drug known to man is being inhaled. So say come on vacation, leave on probation. You know what? That's kind of true. It's kind of true. Right? Let me see. This is a good weird. Fatima says parts of my town look like The Walking Dead. I'm telling you. John said, yes, sir. It's like these vacations out of the country we go on. You are in the tourist area, and they tell you don't leave the tourist area. They don't want you to see the reality of the people suffering in these cities. My point of saying all of this is the city is so hot. The inner city is so hot. I just need you to understand something. I don't care how many firearms you got, and I don't care how many people are inside your home. You can't fight off thousands of people. I'm going to just keep it real with you. You can't fight off. Listen, you can fight off a handful of people. You may be able to do a standoff with a gang of thugs and monsters. You may be able to. If you got enough people in your household and enough firearms hanging out the window, you may be able to hold them off. The question is, for how long? You're going to run out of ammo. The number two question is, that's just a handful of people. You ain't about to hold off hundreds of them trying to come in and they know you got some food. You ain't holding them off, man. No matter what you're doing. Now, the reason I know this is because I lived on both sides. I've lived in the country several times, and I've lived in the city most of my life. I know what city life is. I know what city life is when ain't no bad, crazy politics going on. I know what living in the city is like, just trying to make it through. Living in the city with nothing going on, nothing, no spit hit the fan, just living in the city is crazy. Man, you will have your homeboy steal your girlfriend. You will have your best friend steal your wife. You will have your friends steal your job. The normal everyday stuff of living inside the city, we can't even deal with that, the regular stuff. Now imagine the same people that you called a friend that stole your girlfriend or stole your wife or stole your husband, the same people with those kind of mindsets. The only thing keeping a lot of these people from trying to holler at your wife, your husband, or your friend or whatever is laws. They don't care about honor no more, man. They don't care about honor. And Jamie says, come out from amongst them and be ye separate. Okay. Thank you for that. I'm going to tell y'all this. As much food is in the city, medications, supplies, you're going to have to fight for your life to get any of it. Here we go again with that. Here we go again with that. That gray man, Big Bad Bo. You want to know why you've never heard me even mention gray man? I hear a lot of people talk about that. I do. They overuse that reference. They overuse that reference, man. This is what this world has turned the gray man situation into. They turned him into a superhero. They think that if you go gray man on society, nobody's going to pay you attention. Nobody's going to look your way. Everybody's going to leave you alone. Nobody will even know you exist. So people are just you're going to be all right. Nobody's going to take your food. Gray man is pretending that you ain't got nothing. I'm just around. Hey, you're not trying to raise no eyebrows. You're not trying to draw no attention. Here's the problem I have with gray man, because I keep hearing all these preppers talk about this gray man crap. Here's the problem I have with gray man. That's only if you're already in a rural area. You can't be in the heart of the city and be gray man. You can't. You want to know why? Because, man, all your neighbors already watch you. You don't think you think your neighbors don't know nothing about you because you keep a low profile. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. You only use gray men when you're in the woods and have to go in the city. Hey, thank you. What? Big baby COD, man, thank you. You are the first one I have ever heard say that. And when I try to put the logic to it with people, they think I don't know what I'm talking about. Man, you ain't about to be living in no city and people don't know what the hell you doing. Going gray man is you blending in, but you're coming from an outsource. You coming in to get supplies. You coming in to get medication. You coming into and amongst the city like low key, deep cover. And nobody really, you ain't raising no eyebrows. You speaking the same language as the people. No, you ain't starting out in the city. Everybody has turned that reference into you turn into some kind of super spy, some kind of Superman. And it's garbage, man. This is how I know. I am living, I guess you can say, kind of like two lives. I am blessed to be able to get a taste of both worlds. I have lived in the city half of my life, and I have lived in the country half my life. I have a lot of knowledge of both, and I know there is no comparison. And everybody that always talk about the gray man, guess where they live at? Everybody that always talk about I'm going gray man, they live in the city, have never lived in the country, ever. That's the first thing out their mouth is that gray man stuff, man. And I keep being like, I don't know what y'all keep saying that for. They live in the city, the heart of the city, never been in the woods, never started a fire a day in their life out of 2 sticks. They don't, man, please. It don't work that way. I don't, listen, I'm not trying to be Mr. Know-it-all at all. Please don't get me twisted with that. What I do know, I just know. And I'm telling you, in the city, man, you gonna get gobbled up. What did the old boys say? Swallowed. Swallowed. All right. Now I want to tell you something else too about the city. Let's be honest. Let's be realistic. Inside the city, when you talk about all these people always talk about go gray man, da 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 da. Are you by yourself? Because most people got somebody that they need to go care for. You got children, you got a wife, you got a husband, you got a elderly mother, an elderly father, you got a handicapped family member. And everybody always talk about this gray man business. They don't never talk about the reality. Because most people ain't out here by themselves like that. Even if you are not married and you do not have children, it's somebody that you want to go care for. It's somebody that you want to go look out for. And all that gray man business is out the window. Right? So imagine that. If the spit hit the fan, your kids are scared, your wife is all jittery and nervous. You might have a husband that's all jittery and nervous, and the wife is taking the lead. I just like to talk about the reality of it, man. That's all. And sometimes it kind of rub people the wrong way. There you go. In the gray man, you don't take kinds with you, sis. Only one person in and out. That's right. That's right. So let's talk about something else now. I ain't gonna go that way. I ain't gonna go that route. I'm just gonna say this, y'all. If the only reason you're saying you got to defend yourself in the city is because you don't have anywhere rural to go, I understand. But see, I gotta be honest with you, and I've been saying this for years. I'm going to kind of step on my own toes. I would leave the city no matter what. Say I don't own any land, I don't have any properties anywhere. I will still leave the city, and I will make my way to the most ruralest part, the outskirts of any city. That's what I would do. Hold on. Look at this. The reason, what is this? Okay. I would try my hardest to make it to the most rural part of the city, even if I don't own the land. Because listen, get this. All somebody can do is tell you to leave. If you end up setting up a tent on somebody's property by accident, it could be troublesome, but they can tell you to leave. That's still better than being in the city. Now you're going to have to protect your daughter, your son, your wife. If you in that city, you got other people that you have to protect. Because everybody, for some reason, keep thinking that this is some kind of cartoon or a video game. We got sick ass people out here amongst us, walking around amongst us, man. You go to Walmart every day, and let me tell you something. It's almost, with the statistics, it's almost a guarantee that you're in the same grocery store with a bunch of vote for Pedros. No, that don't sound right. That don't sound right either. Oh, X-Files. You know them ones that like to play with kids don't belong to be playing with kids. You understand what I'm saying? Grown folks that like to play with kids, them X-Files. They're just waiting for the moment for the lights to go out. I want you to think about that. Look at all the people that can't wait to break in people's houses. Look at all the people now, just say ain't nothing going on. The normal crime and the normal Chesters, we'll call them. Thank you for that, Jamie. Thank you, Chesters. Imagine all of the normal, just say ain't nothing going on. Man, look at the crime, man, in every single city. The lunatics that like to go in stores and steal for no reason, not because they hungry, just because they want a new purse, they want some new hair, they want some tools. Man, look at the crime. I can prove my point again. Crime in every single city is so bad that you can't go to Walmart no more. You can't go to Home Depot or Lowe's or nowhere no more and just pick up items. You have to say, ma'am, can y'all bring a manager with a key so I can get some lotion? Think about it now. Crime has risen so bad that they have locked up all of the supplies in every single store. And you got to ask one of these young kids, can you please bring the key? Because I just want a can of spray paint. In every store in America now. That's how bad crime is. And I'm going to tell you another reason why living in rural places is better than living in the city. The first place to have all of those stores putting up that plexiglass all on the deodorant and on the mustard and stuff was the cities. Before anything crazy, the politics was still the same, no new politicians. Before this administration, they start putting up this plexiglass in the stores years ago. This is not factual. I'm going down conspiracy theory alley. You want to know why I think they start putting up the plexiglass and locking up the deodorant? They kept saying, because these are high theft items. That ain't it. Everybody kept saying, why are you locking up the S curls and stuff and the weed? That ain't it. That ain't it, y'all. You want to know why they start? This is my opinion. They started locking this stuff about 2 years ago because they knew this administration was going out. They knew that old administration was phasing out and something bad was coming. They knew it. Let me tell you something. They saw this coming. And they knew that soon there was going to be civil unrest like this country has never seen. They knew it. You know what gave them the test run? What gave them the test run to see that there was about to be civil unrest? 2020. When people started fighting and removing the life out of somebody over tissue paper. You mean to tell me, imagine this. Just 6 years ago, a lot of people was losing their lives over tissue paper. Somebody today is buried 6 feet deep, and on their headstone somewhere or in their obituary says they died because of blunt force trauma to the head because of tissue paper. And Popeye chicken sandwiches, right? So you mean to tell me, living in the city, where this is the mentality of people that live in the city now. Come on, be honest now. I live in the city. I know I'm around everybody every day. You mean to tell me, see, I was a mailman at the time and I was out in these streets. I've seen the fights. I took y'all and showed y'all plenty of times. I'm in here buying big giant bags of rice, beans, big bags of beans. I'm buying 5-gallon buckets, filling them up full of stuff all the time, right? For years. While everybody else is over in the tissue paper aisle and in the milk aisle, for some reason, milk and the tissue paper and knocking each other's blocks off. It's not funny. But I'm trying to get you in the mindset of the inner city. How it operates, man. Think about it. You think these are the same people that you're going to be able to coexist with? 2020 was just, that was nothing. That was nothing. You think about this. In the year 2020, none of this. It was bad, but it was nothing like this now. Think about that. You want to know one thing you didn't see on the news, you didn't see in the media, you didn't see nowhere, nothing, nada. You never seen no reporter going into any rural country land doing reports on how sick people are out in the country. I'm going to tell you why. Because I'll get a chance to live it. The air is sweeter out there, man. The air is cleaner out there, man. Everybody ain't piled up on top of each other. One little kid sneeze and wipe his nose and touch the grocery cart, you 6 feet deep. In the country, it ain't that many people around, man. They're not all over top of one another. The people out in the country is growing their own food in the first place. They had no problem staying away from the stores. Right? I'm going to play. I'm going to engage this. I want to play with this. I don't know why, but I am. Black Feather says it's a lot of races out there too. Hella Confederate flags. Black Feather, I'm giving you a chance to speak. Have you ever lived in the country? I'm asking you, Black Feather 1333, have you ever lived in the country at all? Because it sounds like you haven't. I'm gonna be honest with you. Say I live in the country, yes, sir. No, you don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. You sound real. That's a handful of ignorance right there. What you're saying. You don't live in the country. You couldn't. You couldn't. Or you've never been in the city and did a comparison. You couldn't have. You there? I refuse to believe it. I don't know if you're a troll or what, but you ain't fooling me. You can fool everybody else. You ain't fooling me. Okay. Say that's wild to say. And here's the thing. So you don't think there's no racists in the city? Man, that's man, cut it out. Cut it out, man. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not gonna say there's no racism in the country, in the rural area, because there is. But there also, you ain't about to sit here and tell me there's no racism in the city. And Confederate flags on the back of pickup trucks in the city. I see that all the time. And I live in the smack dab capital heart of the city. You want to hear something crazy? I don't want to lie. I got to think about it real hard. I don't think I've ever seen any of the racist flags flying on the back of no trucks at Freedom Acres. You never said it was racist in the city. So what was your point, though? Well, what was your point of saying it at all? Like, it's a bunch of squirrels and possums out there too. I mean, what was your point? Because that's what the point everybody took, especially me. It took it as, well, we're gonna leave that alone because I want to keep it lightweight. Okay, just keep it cool. Just let that go. Let that go. Because we ain't gonna see eye to eye, and I'm not quite sure I understood your point. You want to hear something, and I'm glad you brought it up. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm glad you brought that up. Because you also have to deal with the racism and the hatred in that city. You want to know something? When you're living in the city, you got to figure out who's who. You got to figure out who's friend or foe. When you live in the city, you live around so many people that you have to figure out which one of y'all want to see my demise. When you live in the city, come on, y'all, think about it. You think your neighbors like you? Because you said Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday, you think they like you? This ain't 1974 no more. You know what I do? When I'm here, I sit around, I look at all these people like, I can tell, man. You can look at them. You want to know how? Maybe I'm on cold too hard. Maybe I'm on cold too hard. I don't go asking people nothing in my neighborhood. I will see somebody with a nice house or something new that they did to their home, or they got a new car, a new dog. I don't know. They kid just graduated from high school. They got the sign and the balloons in the front yard. None of my damn business. It sound cruel, don't it? It's not. I don't wanna know. Because if I go asking questions, oh, congratulations, seeing your daughter just graduated. Yeah, she's going to such and such college this year. How is your son doing? Did you see what I just did? You're not going to go over even in a kind manner and be in somebody else's business, and you don't expect them to be in yours. Like the other person was talking about some gray man stuff. That's as close as gray man as you're going to get. I don't go asking questions because I'm not going to answer any. Yeah, have a nice day. So what college is your son going to? Have a nice day. Goodbye. I don't go asking people nothing because I don't want them asking me nothing. And you want to know how I know? Because I have lived in this house for 15 years and I stay to myself. But in 15 years, I have been asked hundreds, literally hundreds of times, questions about what I'm doing. Hey, what you growing there? Oh, you got a new dog there. Can I touch your dog? Are those bees? What kind of fruit tree is that? Where you going? Is that a new car? I ain't asked not a person, not a damn thing in this whole neighborhood. I noticed the same things they noticed. Oh, yeah, them people up the block got a new car. That's a nice one. I like that one. Ooh, I like the color of the house they painted their house. Now, that is the color I would love my house to be. I talk to my wife like that. Ooh, look at that. They done let that little girl done work. She wearing them nasty clothes. Somebody, they better tell that little girl, take that little skirt off. Somebody gonna snatch her up. Mind my own damn business. Because you know what I do? Look, yo, I can't make this up. If mail come to my house from it belong down the street or belong across the street, something like that, if somebody else package or mail come, I will cut my phone on, cut on the camera, go take their package, set it on their porch, and leave. I don't ring the doorbell, nothing. Because I don't want to talk to you. But I see I'm still kind. I'm still kind-hearted. I want you to get your package. I want you to get your mail, but I don't want to talk to you though. Because if I be like this, bing bong. Yes. Oh, hey, how you doing? I'm the guy who live down the block. I live at such and such address. Yeah, your package came to my house by accident, I guess because our numbers is different, kind of the same, but different. I just wanted to make sure you got your package, man. I didn't want to send it back to the place. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I seen you got the beehive. You're the guy with the beehive. I don't want to talk to you. Because if I'm doing something kind, now you want to know more about me. And one thing that I have learned is when I do, this is what made me stop talking to folks. I can't make this up. Lord is my witness. When I first moved in this neighborhood, I was so proud. I did talk to a handful of people. I ain't going to get into that. But I stopped talking to them. It's weird stuff started happening. You know what the weird stuff was? Are you the guy with the bees? How you know? Sandy down the block said the black guy down the. Are you the guy with the chickens? Yeah, how you know? Oh, I'm Bruce down the block. They said you got fresh egg. I stopped talking to people because I don't want nobody. Bing bong. Hi, are you the guy with the fresh eggs? I was wondering if I could borrow a dozen. No, I don't want to have to tell you no. I'm going to tell you how bad it got. True story. True story. This is living in the city for you. Told you, I talked to people 15 years ago when I first moved in this house. Do you know a lady moved 2 doors down from me? 2 doors down. I go out there to my mailbox to get my mail. She just happened to be walking down the street. She knew everything about me. Hi, I'm your new neighbor. I just moved in at such and such couple houses down. It's so good to meet you, blah, blah, blah. I got on my pajamas. You know, I'm swinging like the New Jack Swing. And I'm looking like they must didn't tell her everything. I'm not the dude to keep on talking to. I'm looking down at, ma'am, I've got my pajamas on. I've got a handful of mail and you won't shut up. Right? Every time I move, she moved. Just like that. She moved. I was wondering if you ever have any fresh new honey you could just get. No. I really wanted to say, ma'am, I ain't got no drawers on. Can you leave me alone? It's 10 o'clock in the morning. What you so happy for? Is you doing drugs? Man, good to meet you. You know, you don't have to come. This ain't Mayberry. You ain't got to come down here. I don't want to be mean, but at the same time, I really don't want to know you like that. I'm keeping 100 with you. I don't want to know you. I don't want to know them. They told you everything about me. They told her I got chickens, I got bees, I done chopped down trees, I done planted fruit trees. Listen, she told me she could have wrote my doggone autobiography for me. Because I'm looking like, wow. When she's talking to me, I'm like, damn, I guess I did do a lot of stuff. You know, you just don't think about it too much there. But anyway, it was nice meeting you. Goodbye. Okay, just remember, if my name is Cindy and my husband is Harold, if you have any honey, yeah, I won't never have none. And it's not that I want to be mean. I'm not. I just don't want to know people like that, man. Not in this day and age. I don't want to know you like that. I don't want you asking me nothing. I won't ask you nothing. And the reason why is because that lady got information on me that's 15 years deep. She had just moved in probably 2 weeks prior. 2 weeks. And she know everything about me. She know my wife's name. She know I got 3 children. She know I got fruit trees, bees, honey, YouTube. She knows. She probably watching me right now. So what does that tell you about the neighbors? They in your business. With that gray man bullshit, you can't hide. Now, the information I gave them 15 years ago, oh, that's all null and void. She was giving me updated stuff. One of my neighbors asked me one day, Led, are you still working at the post office? I ain't never talked to you a day in my MF in life. Again, that's why I hate the mailbox. Go to that mailbox. Here they come. It's like you done dropped some damn cookie crumb for the cockroaches. You go to the mailbox. Hey, oh, hey, Led, how you doing? Are you still working for the post office? Why you ask that? I haven't seen you in your uniform in quite some time. I was just wondering. You ain't did what? Seen me in my uniform in quite some time. How you know I'll be in uniform? I leave out to go to work about 4:35 in the morning. What you doing? Woke up at 5 in the morning. Too old to be up that early in the morning. Looking at me in my nice little sexy old mailman suit. Probably be in there. What you looking at? You seeing if I'm wearing my damn suit? What you looking for? You know, now this is a true story. I told her, yes, I still work for the post office. As far as I know. Oh, so when do you go? Who? I don't know you. You asking me what? What? I don't know you. I don't know your name. I never talked to you. You came down here, knew my name, and asked me, do I still work at the post office? How you know I work at the post office and I just don't go do some cosplay shit every day? You ever thought about that? You ever thought that I like to put on them Furby suits and go and mingle in some of these conference halls? You ever thought about that? You ever think that I'm the mailman in some kind of escapade that goes on it? You ever think about it? You ever think that I'm a male exotic dancer and my costume is the mailman? You ever, why are you asking questions? You don't know me. You don't know what I do for a living. I might be the dude to come knock at the door. Bing bong. Hi, is Renee here? Because I got a big package for her. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. You don't know what I do. Let's get the party started, ladies. Woo! Swinging my mailbag and woohoo! You don't know. That's how deep they is in your business in the city. I don't ask nobody shit. You want to hear a secret? You want to hear a true secret? This dude he chopped a tree down maybe 2 years ago. See, I know what they do. Dude chopped a tree down about 2 years ago. Big old oak tree, white oak. He didn't know what to do with it, so he's slowly been chopping it up and putting it in his backyard. He don't want it. He tried to give it away, said free wood. Nobody wanted it. I want it. But I won't go over there and ask him for it. I want it for firewood, and I want that oak so I can put it in my fire, in my smoker. I won't ask for it. I'd rather go pay for some. He got about $1,000 worth of damn white oak sitting in his yard for the taking, for free. I can use some on my smoker. I could burn some in my wood stove on Freedom Acres, and I could sell some. It's so much. But that's how bad I don't want to be talking to people, man. Well, cuz I'm not getting that. Unless he set it out to the curb where I ain't got to go talk to him or ask him no questions. Just let it go. You know? I'm telling you this, and then I'm going to let it go. There is no piping hot way in hell you going to catch me in the city if this stuff keep going down. And I'm not antisocial or anything, so I ain't got no kind of mental problems or nothing. I just know, man, people want information from you so they can use it against you later. I'm talking about, you understand what I'm saying. They don't want to be my friends, man. You want to know how I know they don't want to be my friends? I seen all them signs they put up here around election time. I seen all y'all was so proud of that little sign of that man. Y'all put all this sign all around here. I know you don't want to have nothing to do with me, man. You ever been called? Well, we like you, lad. You're one of the good ones. Have you ever heard that before? Have you ever heard that before? Do you know how that make a grown-ass man feel? When somebody tell you, oh, but you're different. You're one of the good ones. They say it in a way that they think that they're complimenting you, but immediately I want to remove your lower jaw from your skull when I hear that kind of crap. I want to take that whole mandible off the head. Because they don't know you. They just know of you. And see, that's fine with me. It's cool that you know of me, but you don't know me. So you keep thinking, I'm one of the good ones. Fine. Let me tell you something. Leave them cities. You know what I have? I'm going to tell you this. If you don't have a piece of land, how many people don't own land? How many people don't own land? How many people don't own land? I'm going to give you a little something that you may want to try to do right now. How many people do not own land? I'm going to tell you what you do. Okay. You say you trying, Christina? That's okay. Listen, though. Just because you don't own land yet, you still have things that you can do. Okay? How many people, see, that'll cost you some money. I'm going to just throw ideas out here. They ain't going to be perfect, but I'm going to throw some ideas out here. How many people don't own land, but you want to store your food? Do you store your food? Let me just give you an idea. Stop asking you a bunch of questions. This is just one idea that I thought of a long time ago because I did it. Okay. Do everybody remember I said I had a storage unit? Years ago, I used to rent out a storage unit. I made sure it was an outdoor storage unit. I didn't want a climate controlled indoor unit. The reason why I didn't want it, because in an emergency, I can go in there and get all of my extra food. I got food everywhere. Okay. I got food everywhere. But I made sure it was an outdoor unit, so I don't need no cold. I can jump this little picket gate and go get my stuff and get it. If you get one indoors, this climate control, you need the code, you need the swipe key, you got to get in the door to 2 or 3 sets of doors, then get in the climate control building And you can only do it at certain times. There's a certain time of the day it cuts off where nobody can get in, and it don't come back on till the morning, right? Just an idea. It's not foolproof. It's not perfect, but it's better than nothing. It's better than just having all your food stored in one spot. Don't do that. Because if you have to leave your house in the city, you know where some stuff is, okay? You don't have to waste all your time here gathering all your food out of this house. You need to get on the road. You need to get gone. Storage. Put everything in a 5-gallon bucket with the seal, the rubber seal around the lid. Don't buy no cheap lid from Walmart. Go to Home Depot or Lowe's, and they got the rubber ring around inside of the lid. Close that mug down. Put some bay leaves in there and close that mug down and go put it in the storage unit. Or go put it somewhere, a safe spot, something. Okay? So I'm just giving you an idea that I've already done. Right. Here's the other thing too. I'm gonna tell you something I did that I kind of got in trouble about a little bit. But man, after I closed, had all my food inside, the buckets and stuff inside, you said rat proof. You know what I did? I threw mothballs on the floor. I never had one single problem with pests, mice, rats, rodents, bugs, nothing. I didn't have if you got your food inside these buckets with that tight seal on it, ain't nothing getting in there. Now, a rat or a mouse can gnaw in their way in there, but the mothballs keep them at bay. All them years, I ain't have no problems. Before I had Freedom Makers, I didn't have no problem all them years. So it costs you to pay for the unit, unfortunately, but something got to give, man. You can't keep all your stuff in one spot. If you got a secret location, you need to get your stuff out there. You need to get something out there. As much as you can get, and put it in several different places. Okay. I just want to throw that out there, but the city, it's not the place. It's not the place for this, man. Have y'all been seeing all the civil unrest going on in all the cities in the states, Minneapolis and all of this? They're trying to get people riled up, man, so they can call in the forces. And I have a feeling that the people, you can't calm them down no more. You can't calm the people down no more. And the reason why is because being calm and playing by the book don't work. Just playing the game by the book, it's not working. Matter of fact, while everybody playing by the book, they cheating, but they winning. Everybody's sick of playing by the book, man. So that's going to make them angry, and they're going to start doing something. They're going to escalate it a little bit. Next thing you know, they're going to bring in forces, and then it's just going to be a spillover. The pot going to spill over after that. Okay? So what I'm trying to do, I'm not going to say prepare for this coming. I have already prepared for it. I am bracing for it. That's what I'm doing. Lately, I'm doing a lot behind the scenes. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go if I have to. I'm like, I'm not going to wait until I hear a kaboom. I'm not going to wait till I see a flash in the sky. Soon as I start seeing too many of them ice cream men in my city, I'm leaving. Soon as I see too many of them ice cream men in my city, I'm leaving. And I'm not coming back. Okay. This is a good question. Do you think an in-ground shelter is a waste, in my opinion? Where is the in-ground shelter going to be? Like what would you use this in-ground shelter for? Say my property in Mississippi. Okay. Now, you're saying, do I think it's a good idea? Or is it a waste? All right. This is just my opinion. You asked for my opinion, so I'm going to give it to you. It depends on what you got the shelter for. If you have an in-ground shelter, is it hidden? Is it off somewhere in a wooded area, hidden? Like, is this a long-term in-ground shelter? Or is this a short-term in-ground shelter? All of this stuff matters because all of this stuff matters whether is it worth it or not. If you're talking about a short-term, kind of like a storm shelter, for that kind of money now, no. I'm going to tell you the only kind of in-ground shelter like that I would want. A long-term in-ground shelter that's going to cost a lot of money. Here's the problem with that. Most people don't have land, so they have nowhere to hide it. Just because you got land, if your land is all cleared, it don't make no sense. You got to have deep woods and put that thing somewhere. Here's another problem with having a shelter to me. Do you plan on putting it in yourself, or do you plan on having somebody put it in for you? Because when you have somebody put it in for you, it's not a secret anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Now, here's another problem I have with a long-term shelter. If you have a long-term shelter, they're not what people think they are. You can't bury no shipping container like that. You know the mugs they flimsy. You know how much stuff you got to do to bury a shipping container? They ain't as solid as people think they are. Trust me. Once you get inside one and look at the walls, it's like, this thing would cave in on me. But look, the underground shelters, absolutely for a storm, but for bugging out, people gonna find you eventually in this shelter because there's too many things in these shelters that people don't think about. You need oxygen. So you got pipes and tubes coming out the middle of the ground somewhere. You need some kind of fresh air exchanger. So something is going to be running off of electricity powered by what? Something, some kind of solar or something that people going to see. I'm just thinking like, what would you use? That's why I said, what would you use it for? See, I was thinking the same thing. It's not a secret. It's not going to be a secret if you hire a company in to put it in. Now, if you've been working on it yourself over the last 5 years, you know, but it's stuff that goes in those areas that people don't talk about, like the fresh air exchanger. That, that takes a fan. You just can't like have a tube coming out the middle of the ground. You need to exchange it. Fresh air in, bad air out. Okay. Say PVC pipe on both ends covered with dirt and grass. I wouldn't do it. Not me. I mean, to each his own. I wouldn't do it because if somebody found it, you want to know how they can get you out? No matter what, you got some kind of clean air exchange. All you got to do is drop a couple firecrackers down that tube. All you got to do is flood that clean air intake with smoke. All you got to do is pour gasoline down that tube and light a match. It's just too many things. Or plug it up. And don't let no fresh air get in or out. I've seen it happen. Tear gas, flashbangs. I've seen it happen too many times. And you know what? I've never owned one. I don't know. I'm just saying what I saw on TV. So wait a minute. Wait a minute. Christina Shepard says, I don't think I'd survive. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. This is why I think you would survive. And this is what I would like everybody to do. You say that's when you step out and let the AK ring out while they got a bunch of AKs pointed at you, waiting for your head to pop up like a gopher. Come on, y'all. We got to think more critical than this. We got to think a little bit more critical than this. We've been watching too much TV, man. I think TV has been a blessing and a curse to us. We watch so much TV and it's so fake that we think this stuff really works. But when you really you know what I like? Here's what I like. This is the part about being a landowner that I love. Every scenario that I tell y'all, or every scenario that I put y'all through, or every question that I ask you, I've already done it. Because I can be on my land and do and try anything. And figure out, oh, yeah, that won't work. All of this equipment that I have and all of this stuff y'all see me with, I literally tested hard in real life scenarios. Will some of these solar power generators, if they get wet, will they stop working? Y'all be like, Ledge, you can't leave your... I don't know how many times y'all seen this. You can't leave those solar power generators outside in the rain because the water get in them. If the water get in them and they break, I don't want them. If a couple of raindrops get inside the solar generator, if that stops it from working, I don't want it. Because I know I can leave a gas generator out in the rain and it's going to be out there and it's going to be working. So when I tell you I test this equipment hard, I test it. And then I do a review on it. Okay? So I get a chance to actually live exactly what I'm telling y'all right now. You know, I thought about building a storm shelter on my land because trust me, I need it. But a long-term underground shelter, I think it'll be a lot of wasted time, a lot of wasted energy, and no matter. Now let's talk about something else. Listen to me close. Christina, you're gonna be okay though. But listen to this. I wouldn't dig a long-term underground shelter for me. I would dig an underground shelter for my food. I'm out here. If you see me, you see me. But it's the food and the supplies and the water you don't want nobody to find. And guess what? You don't need no fresh air exchange or no electronics and stuff down there. Go dig you a root cellar. Dig you a big root cellar and stock it with as much food as you can fit in it. I don't care about hiding myself. If somebody take me out, somebody else know where the supplies are, though. Whoever took me out don't know. So this is a question. Listen, you're going to get your life snatched no matter what in this world. Even if you live to an old age, you're going to get your life snatched. But you can always leave something behind, like food, water, supplies, so the rest of your family can try to have a better go at it. Okay? So you can bury as much food as you want, but trying to build a shelter for yourself, and I wouldn't waste my money or time. Now, root cellar all day. Absolutely, I would. Okay. And Christina Shepherd, you're going to be fine. Okay. This is what I'm going to do for y'all. Okay. I want everybody, I'm going to post a video. I'm going to see if I can find it right now. Matter of fact, no, I probably can't. Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can. I'm going to post a video right now. And I want y'all to watch this for homework, and then we're gonna have a discussion on it. Hold on, give me a second here. We're gonna talk about this here. Ooh, we're gonna talk about this. As soon as this commercial go off, I don't got Prime on this channel. Let me see. Create a post. All right, everybody, it's going to be labeled homework. I just posted it on my community page, and now I'm going to put it in this chat right now if it'll let me. Okay. I think it did. Okay, this is me right here. I just put this link in the chat right here. It's in the community post on this channel, and it's in the link right here. I want everybody to watch that between today and tomorrow. Okay? Everybody. It's in my community post on this channel, and it's right here in the chat across the screen. Watch that. And I want you to really watch that. And it's a funny thing that they just posted this documentary 5 days ago. This isn't old, on the History Channel. 5 days ago. Why would they do that? It's very detailed, and I want everybody to watch that. Okay? So thank you, everybody. Let me drop that down here. If you want to see it, it's in my community post, and it's right here in the chat. I'll leave it up for the rest of the video. I want to say thank you to everybody for coming in and joining me for the conversation. Didn't want to offend anybody, but I don't want to talk about fake stuff. That fake fantasy stuff, man, we over that. That was 2020. We in the thick of it right now. So all of that, though, that weird scenario, all that garbage, man, leave all of that on cosplay. I'm not a cosplay prepper. It's a lot of them out here, and they're gonna be telling you a bunch of bullshit. Now, I'm not doing that, because this is why I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it for views. And there's a lot of these cosplay preppers out here, they do this for views. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, it's about life or death, man. This is about life or death. Not death, death. Okay? There's other ways to leave this world, and death is one of them. So I'm just here to let y'all know, please be careful, stay safe, keep your head down, stock your food, stock your water, and don't let nobody tell you you crazy, because you ain't. Ain't nothing wrong with you, right? Thank you, everybody. And Christina, you had me cracking up. You're going to be fine, baby girl. You're going to be all right. All right? Please, I want y'all to understand how serious this situation is. Man, it's literally life or death right now. Don't react. Don't react. Repel. Did you hear what I said? Don't react. Because that's what they want us to do. Repel. That means go the other way. If they get this close to you, be like a magnet. That's me. If anybody out here with that garbage, I keep my distance, man. Don't react, repel. Okay? They want us to react. Get your guards together. That's a good one, Jamie. Get your guards together. Grow some food. Be safe. Please. All right? With that being said, y'all go ahead and watch that homework, and we'll talk about that. I want to discuss this right here. All right? We'll try to do it like a Monday or something. I don't know. Leah Farmer 73. I love y'all. Be safe, and I'm out. Peace.